and a credit card or debit card to use this convenient feature. In an effort to help our community and assist our neighbors during this time of uncertainty, Princeton Electric Plant Board invites customers to call the office if they need additional time to pay their electric bill due to the loss of work. We appreciate our customers and look forward to working through this together.
West Kentucky Real Estate and Auction holds monthly auctions at the Auction Center on U.S. Highway 62 in Princeton, in the former Hancock's grocery store. Be sure to check their website for dates and times and listings of auctions and days at the Auction Center. WestKentuckyRealEstate.com has all of their upcoming auctions listed. If you would like to have an auction or would like to find out how to consign at an auction, contact West Kentucky Real Estate and Auction. Wayne Boyd, broker auctioneer.
Deer season's right around the corner, so if you happen to bag that big buck with your vehicle, let Trice Hughes' Collision Center go to work for you. Call or stop by for a free estimate.
Great people make up our home team at Trice Hughes. Trice Hughes is here for you and any questions you may have about your vehicle. Buy your next vehicle from the home team. Find them on Highway 91 North, Princeton, or at tricehughes.com.
Take a look at community news here on 1580 103.3 WPKY. This morning's community news is brought to you by Community Medical Clinic.
If you have anything that you need included on our community calendar, all you have to do is email that information to us. It is absolutely free to do so. Here's your email address. It's WPKYonline@gmail.com. And the Savior's Dinner of Love. Highland Baptist Church in Princeton is taking RSVPs right now for the Savior's Dinner of Love. Now, turkey and all the trimmings are on the menu for Thanksgiving Day, and they're going to be serving it from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. Options this year are dine-in, pickup, or delivery within Princeton city limits. Please specify what you'd prefer when you RSVP. Now, the deadline for RSVPs this year is Wednesday, November 18th. Let's see here. That's Peggy Ladd, 270-625-1453, or Barbara Orange, 270-625-4853 are the phone numbers. Gather on Main, Taco John's in Princeton, and Big John's Barbecue in Farmersville. They're all teaming up to provide a free community Thanksgiving event. Now, when that's going to be held is on Thanksgiving Day from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m., and they're serving anyone that needs a place to enjoy Thanksgiving dinner. Gather on Main. Now, here's what they need. For this community meal, we're going to need help in the form of volunteers and helping hands and monetary donations as well. Now, anybody that would like to volunteer to serve that day, you can contact Miss Kathy at Gather on Main at 270-963-0736, or if you would like to give a financial donation, they certainly need those. You can drop those off at Taco John's in Princeton, Big John's Barbecue in Farmersville, or Gather on Main in downtown Princeton. We thank everyone who has already offered and donated their time to that cause. Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique in Princeton is giving away a brand new recliner. They're actually extending that all the way through the month of November because they want all the veterans to have time to enter. Just drop by and put your name in the hat, and you're automatically in the running for it. Now, that's for current military members as well as veterans. The winner is going to be announced Monday, November 30th. Of course, that Wi-Fi hotspot in Fredonia is still available to all the kids for free if they need that for school. They can house 4 inside City Hall, some benches that'll be nice today in the sunshine. Outside of City Hall, there at the yard. Or, you know what, they have a spillover and a ton of kids that show up. Then they can actually, Brother Presley Lamb at First Baptist Church in Fredonia has graciously said that we can use their facilities over there. And they'll open up one of the schoolrooms at the Fredonia Schoolhouse to be able to do that. So just show up. It is at 312 Cassidy Avenue in Fredonia. We want to thank everybody for doing that. Of course, the inspired craft kits from fall and Thanksgiving and holiday themed, well, they're ready right now at George Coon Public Library. They are free of charge for students 6th through the 12th grades. Of course, those new take and make craft kits for the big kids in the family, and the little kids can help too. Make your own pincushion was the last one, and they're a whole lot of fun. So make sure you go by and get those. Here's the hours: Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 4:30. You can even pick it up at their drive-through window. Of course, don't forget virtual story hour has been moved to Facebook on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. p.m., George Coon Public Library in downtown Princeton. Don't forget, gun season's right around the corner. Of course, tomorrow on Coffee Talk, we're going to have a whole hour dedicated to nothing but gun season and deer and the big buck and how to grade them and where they're at and what the patterns are. And here's a great one. Big John's Barbecue in Farmersville is actually going to weigh them this year. You can get your official weigh-in for all those big buck contests, for bragging rights too. And, of course, if you're looking for one of those free certificates for My First Whitetail or My First Harvest certificates on the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife websites, this would be perfect for that because you can go and get the weigh-in. You can put the official weight right there on it along with a picture. And you really and truly don't even have to drag it back out of the truck again. He can hook it up right in the back of your truck. You back up, and then you don't even have to worry about putting it back in because he'll just drop it right back in. Of course, John, we appreciate everything he's doing for that, and that's a great thing to do, not only for those contests, but again, to put on those free certificates that you can get from Kentucky Fish and Game. Now they've opened up a big doe contest. Now, this is from Heartland Auction, Big John's Barbecue, and Black Creek Quail and Pheasant. They've all teamed together to offer some pretty cool stuff. Now, opening weekend, that's going to be this weekend, the 14th and 15th. A ribeye dinner from Big John's is going to be awarded to the individual with the biggest doe that has been weighed in at Big John's. So when you get your doe this weekend, you need to go and get it weighed in over there to get in on that free ribeye dinner. And then on the 16th through the 22nd, the first and second place on that big doe contest will receive a ribeye dinner from Big John's as well. Now, again, that deer is going to have to be weighed in at Big John's, but it's free to do so. So it's no big deal. Now, Big John's is normally closed on Sundays, but he does want to remind you that he's going to be there this Sunday from 11 to 1 and 4 to 6, not to feed anybody, but to weigh your deer. So if you get one this weekend on Sunday, know that they're normally closed, but he's going to come in from 11 to 1 and 4 to 6 just to weigh them in. Of course, they're going to open really early during deer season. You can grab that hot breakfast and go. But for the bragging rights and make sure that you get in on those steak dinner, the doe contest is going on in Farmersville. Caldwell County Extension Office is inviting everybody to join them for the first Big Blue Book Club. That's a mouthful. The first installment will begin on January 5th. Now, you can register and reserve your copy of the book, The How of Happiness, right now. Quantities are limited. Register at 365-2787. Again, the Caldwell County High School Ag Department is selling quick, but anything from the metal signs and cutouts to the wooden ones as well. Their metal shop and wood shop is just going and cranking as fast as they can get them out. You can actually find the Caldwell County Ag Department custom gifts as well as a lot of other locally grown and locally made items on the Caldwell County Farmers Market online store, or you can give the Ag Department a call at 365-8015. Ask for Mr. York or Miss Megan Woods and ask them any questions. That's at Beckner Lane in Princeton, the Caldwell County Ag Department, so you can help out the kids and fill your Christmas list at the same time. Don't forget, this Sunday, Northside Baptist Church on Dawson Road in Princeton is going to hold a fall festival, games and candy and prizes. You can drive in and join in on one of the games straight from your car and never have to get out, and you can even leave with dinner in a bag. So don't forget about that, Northside Baptist Church this Sunday. Stick around. We got the Sideline report, and man, is it going to be a good one. That one's coming up next with Todd Griffin, 1580 103.3 WPKY.
The Joint is serving up pulled pork, brisket, jumbo wings, ribs, chicken, and more with all the fixings to go with it from their secret family recipes, all at The Joint in Eddyville.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast. Sunny skies today, reaching a high of 62 degrees. Tonight, mostly clear down to an overnight low of 38. Sunshine through the day tomorrow, reaching a high of 57. Back down to 34 and partly cloudy for tomorrow night. Partly sunny skies, maybe a chance of rain showers, a slight chance at least on Saturday and Sunday. Highs between 63 and 66. Sunny skies through the day today, though, a high of 62.
Enter to win one $1,000 gift card from Herb Hayes Furniture Cozy Comfort Giveaway. Head over to WPKYonline.com today. Winner announced November 24th.
Hey, It's Tess. Join WPKY at Food Giant this Thursday from 3 to 5 for the official 2020 WPKY Turkey Bowling Tournament. Join us as we congratulate this year's star athletes, Sue Ann Loney, Glenn Young, and Kathy Towery. Don't miss the action as our bowlers fling frozen turkeys at real bowling pins thanks to Northfield Family Bowling Center in Princeton. You could even snag some loot for yourself. It's the WPKY 2020 Turkey Bowling Tournament from Food Giant and 1580 103.3 WPKY.
It's time for your SportsEdge.com Sideline Report with Todd Griffin. Talking sports and more here on 1580 103.3 WPKY and worldwide at WPKYOnline.com. Here's your host, Todd Griffin.
Good morning, everyone. The Sideline Report is on the air from 1035 West Main Street in Princeton. Thanks for tuning in this morning. Got a big show planned for everybody. Going to start things off this morning, though, with Caldwell football assistant coach Aaron McClung. And, Aaron, welcome back to the show.
Thanks. Glad you could have us.
Absolutely. And fourth week now in this season, no football game this Friday night. That's kind of bumming us out a little bit, but I guess the team is rolling with the punches.
Yeah, it's been a very odd season, and kids have taken it very well. We've been getting practices in every week despite being off. We take an extra day off during the week, but we're still getting ready to play games, and kids have had really high spirits and are looking forward to getting to play. And we know that everything is kind of on the razor's edge, but all you can do is stay ready.
Seems like the attitude of the team has been pretty good, though, even though and sometimes these postponements or cancellations kind of come at you at the last minute, but I guess all you can do is just keep preparing for what you hope is the next game.
Yeah, and there's been a couple chances where we thought we were going to get a game and didn't get a game. So I think one time, a couple weeks ago, at one point in a day, we had 3 different games scheduled and got dropped. So it's just a weird year.
Going to talk football this morning with Caldwell assistant coach Aaron McClung. A little bit later on, Lyon County girls basketball coach Jeff Doom will be joining us on the show, so we'll talk basketball with him. Need to get to a break, though, first, and we'll be back with more on the Sideline Report right here on 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Need cash fast? ABC Finance is open with social distancing implementations in place. They believe it's more important now than ever to get a handle on your finances.
Hi, this is Jody Lamb at the Princeton ABC Finance location.
And this is Todd Morse at the Hopkinsville location.
At ABC Finance, we don't just provide loans, but we also provide valuable advice to help you get your credit in better standing.
Our friendly team of professionals has your best interest in mind. We celebrate with you when your finances improve.
We encourage you to like our Facebook page, ABC Finance Company. Many of those useful tips are posted daily on our page, including tons of community info and motivation for the day.
To view social distancing guidelines and safety measures, like and follow ABC Finance Company on Facebook. ABC Finance is located off Fort Campbell Boulevard in Hopkinsville next to O'Charlie's, then Princeton and the Princeton Plaza. Apply for loans online or simply give them a call. They'll take your application over the phone. ABC Finance, all loans subject to normal credit approval.
Winter's creeping our way. It's time to button up your car, truck, and SUV with a pre-winter inspection from Trice Hughes' service department. They'll do a multi-point inspection of your vehicle, including checking your antifreeze, wiper blades, battery, and more. Time to get ready for Old Man Winter with Trice Hughes.
Trice Hughes is here for you and any questions you may have about your vehicle. Buy your next vehicle from the home team. Find them on Highway 91 North, Princeton, or at tricehughes.com.
Hi, this is Kelly Martin of Pennyroyal Hospice, and we are proud to be a part of the greatest comeback of all time.
The Thanksgiving table isn't complete without the turkey. This year, leave that detail to Noth's Barbecue. You can choose from smoked turkey, ham, or a whole pork shoulder. Their meat is cooked over hickory coals, low and slow, the old-time traditional way. Call to order no later than November 18th and pick up hot and ready the 25th or 26th, 10 to noon at Noth's Barbecue in Grand Rivers. Happy Thanksgiving from Noth's.
We are back on the Sideline Report. Thanks for tuning in on this Thursday morning at 1580, 103.3 WPKY. Aaron McClung in the studio with us this morning. Do want to give a shout-out to Stephen Schote Plumbing, one of our football sponsors for Tiger broadcasts on Friday night. Stephen Schote Plumbing is dedicated to ensuring their customers' plumbing needs are met in a timely and professional manner. They say, go Tigers. Stephen Schote Plumbing, again, one of the sponsors for Tiger football broadcast here on WPKY this season. Again, Aaron McClung with us this morning. And, Aaron, some rumors going around this week about the football playoffs. I think the KHSAA kind of came out and quelled those a little bit, but I heard one time that they were going to change the football playoffs to just the district champion and district winner, and then maybe another one said only the RPI teams in the top 16 were going to make the playoffs. So I'm not sure if any of that's going to happen, but those things are kind of out there.
I've heard those rumors, but I don't think. I haven't heard anything credible about them. I think maybe there are some things that have been discussed, but these next 2 days, I think will make if there is anything like that's going to occur, surely we would hear about it either today or tomorrow. But I don't see them making a sudden change like that next week. I do know that there's a KHSAA meeting on November 18th, so I think that is an important meeting for how the season's going to go forward as a whole. But unless we hear something in the next 2 days, I don't see them changing the playoff format this late in the game.
Well, and it was pushed back a week. There were a lot of red counties. I think the KHSAA said 82 red counties at one point last week. So I guess it was just pushed back to kind of give everybody a chance to reassess where they were and how to move forward at that point.
Yeah, I looked at the map this morning. It was the state was pretty red, but so we just got to roll with it and take it how it comes, and just we're gonna. I know, like Callaway, they called their season because they had a bunch of kids quarantined, and then they told their kids that our season's over. Well, then they moved the playoffs back. And then they said, well, our season's not over, and, we're not going to tell our kids anything like that until we know for sure. And that's kind of the way with these possible playoff formats. Nobody knows that for sure yet. So we're just going to get ready for Murray next Friday.
Webster County was in that same boat. They actually came out and announced that they were done, and then the playoffs get pushed back, and Webster County's back in. So,
I don't think you should be until things come out for certain. I don't see any reason to be ending a season or anything.
Well, and then the other side of the coin, Madisonville, North Hopkins thought they would get in the playoffs because somebody backed out. I guess Callaway County. Yeah. So they actually had hopes that, hey, they were going to get to go to the playoffs. Then they get pushed back a week. Callaway comes back. Madisonville's done again.
Yeah, and they got a real raw deal. Madisonville did too, because they're a red county. Logan County used that as an excuse to not play them for their last district game. And if they would have got to play that game, and if they would have beat Logan County, they would have got in the playoffs. And that was so they really got the shaft on that whole deal.
Well, unfortunate that some schools would kind of use some things as an excuse this year. You guys had a chance to reschedule a couple of games and had some teams that maybe didn't want to play you for whatever reason. And you would think that this year, though, of any year, when we're just trying to get games in, and you guys got 6 games in, which was more than some schools this year. There were a handful of schools that actually got all 9 games in, which was good for them. But you would think that this year, if somebody had a chance to play, they'd be like, sure, come on, we'll play you.
Yeah, and we really tried to get a game every week. I know we picked up Hopkinsville really late in the game, and I can't remember all what games we picked up and what games we got dropped. But Coach Barnes, he really tried hard to get us a game every week. And 6 was the best we could do. So we didn't even care who it was. We just want to play. So,
well, that's what I'm saying. Especially this season, you just want to try to get a game in because the whole point was, everybody did all that work back before the season just so everybody could play.
Yeah.
You know, so you don't want to have somebody out there trying to rig the system to make their RPI look good or whatever. You want to play the games.
Yeah. You know, and really it helped Crittenden big time. I think, you know, they got beat by Henderson County, but they needed a game, and they weren't afraid to go up and play Henderson and about beat them. Henderson won 10-9, but you know, Henderson's going to win that 6A district, and they had just beaten McCracken County the week before, so I commend them for going up there and taking them on.
Well, and Henderson County is a 6A school, and I think one of the issues with the RPI, you probably get a better RPI if you play the larger schools. And the margin of victory doesn't come into play, and I understand that from one point. I mean, you don't want people running the score up, but it seems to me like there could be a cap put on it, like once you beat somebody by at least 28 points, because you can't take – if Team A beats Team B by 1 point and then another team beats them by 28, you can't have those, you know, equal victories, one won by 1 point, one won by 28. So it's, you know, from a computer standpoint, it seems like you have to weight it somehow a little more toward the team that won by more.
There's definitely some issues with the RPI. I mean, I like it in theory, and I like what they're trying to do. I have a rating system, but you know, you get a bump if you beat a bigger school, and there's some of these bigger schools that people are playing and they're getting bumps and they're not very good. They're just got a bunch of A's next to their school. Yeah. And you know, we beat Crittenden County the first game of the year, and they're you know, they would finish in the top two in almost any class in this district down here. So we didn't get a big bump for beating them because they're a 1A school. Mm-hmm. So there's definitely some issues for it. And you can just look at the RPI and see that there's several teams ahead of us in the RPI that we would beat. So it's good, but it's got some issues.
Yeah, we were talking before we came on about how Union County is the champion in the 3A district this year, but if they took the top 16 teams by RPI to the playoffs, Union would be out.
Yeah, that's
and they
crazy.
won the district.
They won the district, and they won it handily. They blew out Tillman. They blew out I can't remember if they played. I think they played Webster County. So they're going to win that district going away. And if they took the top 16, they wouldn't make it. That's ridiculous. That's crazy.
You guys are headed to Murray High School next Friday night. Again, the playoffs have been pushed back a week, so nothing this week. But you go down to Murray, and Murray, for whatever reason, I think plays its best games of the season against Caldwell County.
Yeah, they do, and that it's a big game, and it's kind of become a rivalry from over the past 10 or 12 years, and we expect them to play good again. They turn the ball over a bunch of times before they played us. I think 12 times in the two previous games, and they never turned it over in our game. So they always show up and play well against us. So we need to go out and have our best game.
As far as you know, no changes expected for next week. Still going to Murray next Friday, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, going down to that baseball field and play a football game.
Get to stand at second base and watch.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's always a good game. And, in the past, it seems like we've gone down to Murray and won that regular season matchup and then kind of struggled with them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Well, maybe this year the reverse happens. Murray comes here and wins during the regular season, and maybe that's the start of a playoff run for you guys down there.
Well, over the last several years, it seems like we each play better at the other team's place. So they beat us when we were at home, so maybe it's a good thing that we're going down there. It's a good environment to play in. It's a small stadium, but it's an old stadium, and there's a lot of history there. And it's a great place to watch a game if you've never been to a game there, because you're right down on the field, and it'll be an intense environment. So if you get a chance, it's I've been there to watch several games, and it's pretty cool.
It will have been 3 weeks by the time we get to that game since you guys played your last game. Is that a good thing, a bad thing? Does it matter?
I don't know if it matters. We've been practicing every week like we're going to play. We just take a little time off, and we haven't been wearing full pads. We've just been wearing shells, and we have been having a little shorter practices like you typically would when you get in the playoffs. We do a lot of team, not a lot of individual stuff. We do a lot of scheme stuff. We do a lot of and putting new scheme stuff in. But we've had good practices, so I just want to play.
Everybody pretty healthy at this point?
Yeah, we have one injury. One of my offensive linemen, Michael Vickery, he's got a little bit of a knee issue, and I don't know where he'll be by the time we get to the game. He's a senior, and he's trying to gut it out, and I'm proud of him for it. But it's a pretty good injury, pretty painful for him. So I've had Connor King has been the backup offensive lineman this year and played when I need him, so he's ready to go. Luckily, we go about 7 or 8 deep on the offensive line. So there's not going to be a big drop off, but I hope Vickery can get ready. He's a senior and he's a hardworking kid, and he deserves to play. So I hope we can get him there.
Again, the Tigers going to Murray next Friday night for the playoffs, and with those 3 weeks, that's almost enough time to install a new offense and a new defense, right?
Yeah, we might do that.
Murray kind of flipped the tables on you guys the first time when they came up here, running some stuff that I don't think you really expected to see.
Yeah, they ran some most of their formations I hadn't seen a lot, their offense is kind of gimmicky. It's not a traditional offense that you see in high school football anymore. So you come up with a defense designed to stop that, and when you get in a game and you especially design a defense to stop that and it doesn't work, and it's something you've been doing all week, it's difficult to adjust to different stuff. And what throws us off is they don't run a lot of different plays, but they're formations. They try to throw you off with formations, but they're running the same plays. They're running GT, they're running wing counter, they're pulling Lawrence, they're pulling 70, and they're running behind their big boys, and then they try to lull you to sleep and hit a deep pass, and that's what they did to us. It worked. They did a great job, and they did a great job the first game, so hopefully we'll be better prepared the next time. We'll have some adjustments. We'll have some different schemes that we can throw at them, and hopefully those things will make us play better.
We touched a little bit earlier on the challenges of scheduling games this year and getting those games played. This was the second year for all those 2-year contracts, right? So looking ahead to next season, the team will have to put together a new schedule for next year.
Yeah, I don't even know if there's going to be contracts anymore with how this crazy stuff has worked out this year. I know Coach Barnes has been in talks with some Western Kentucky teams like Tillman and I think Graves County and Marshall County, and so we're gonna always try to play mostly local games. I think there's one pretty far out of town game he may be looking at. I think he may keep Apollo, but I don't know anything for sure. So we'll probably know more in the next month or so.
Yeah, we were kind of looking forward to that Madisonville game, and it was a scrimmage, and then it was on the schedule, and then we never got to play it at all.
I think we are going to try to keep Madisonville. We have a really good relationship with Coach Burgett over there. We talk to him pretty frequently, and it's a good game. It's a close local game, and they have some up and downs, but they usually got some pretty talented good kids, so it's a pretty good test for us. So hopefully we'll get that one.
Well, Madisonville and even like a Hopkins County Central, I mean, those are teams that are in the district with us in virtually every other sport, so it kind of makes sense to look to those teams to maybe end up on the football schedule at some point.
Yeah, we've tried to get Central. They've been pretty down for the last several years, so they haven't wanted to play us. But we'd pick them up if they wanted to play. We wouldn't have any problem picking them up. But and I understand when you get a new coach and you're trying to build a program, you want to find some early wins. But they've had some good wins this year, so it looks like he's got them on the right track.
Yeah, they were struggling there for a while, but it does seem like they're getting better. So so maybe at some point we can see some of those matchups again. It's always kind of interesting to see how the schedule gets put together because you have to put your district games in there first, and what's going to happen with Fort Campbell. That's another question, I guess.
Yeah, I've wondered about Fort Campbell for years. They've talked about Fort Campbell and Fort Knox. They're the only two on-post schools left in the entire mainland United States. So I've wondered for a long time how long those schools would stay open, but they're still open. So I assume they're going to have a football team next year.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Those used to be some of the biggest games on the schedule. Mm-hmm. You looked at the schedule and you looked, number one, to see where's Mayfield and then where's Fort Campbell.
Yeah, and Fort Campbell has dropped off over the years, but you never know. You never know with them. You never know when they're going to have kids get moved in there. And it's a great place to play as long as you can get on post easy. It's a really nice stadium. It's turf. They have nice locker rooms.
Caldwell County football 3-3 on the season. I know you guys would like to have a better record, but you go back and change a couple of plays, and maybe you're sitting here 5-1.
Yeah,
a few turnovers less.
Yeah. Turned over 5 times against Hoptown. Got beat at Mayfield by 1 point and got beaten overtime by Murray. So we're 3-3, but we could easily be the 6-0 if we'd played a little bit better. But that doesn't matter. Once you get in the playoffs, those records don't mean a whole lot. In 2012, we played in the state championship, and we lost to some teams that weren't that good that year. And we got in the playoffs, and we just won another one, and then next thing you know, we're playing in Bowling Green. So if you get the right mentality and you come out and you start hitting on all cylinders, this is the time that you can make a run.
What do you guys have to do to go down to Murray and pick up a win?
Well, we need to get them in some situations offensively that they're not comfortable in. You want to get them in 3rd and long and 2nd and long. We need to play better on 1st down. You get them where they're 2nd and 3 or 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 4, those short downs, and they're going to make you have a long night. So we need to play better on 1st down, and we need to create some turnovers. They didn't turn it over at all against us, and you got to get them behind the sticks. Their offense is designed to grind on you and keep your offense on the field. Our offense played pretty well against them last time. I expect them to do all right again, but we got to get our defense off the field, and it's kind of been that way forever. Even back when Coach Duncan was there, they're going to line up and play smash mouth football, and if you let them get 1st downs and keep getting 1st downs, and then it's your defense isn't going to be in for a long night. So that's what we got to do. We got to get some breaks with a turnover and a penalty and get off the field on 3rd downs.
Well, good luck to you guys. Appreciate you coming in and spending some time with us this morning.
No problem.
That's Aaron McClung, one of the Caldwell County football assistant coaches. The Tigers heading to Murray next week for a Class 2A first-round playoff matchup. Back with more on the Sideline Report after this here on 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast. Sunny skies today, reaching a high of 62 degrees. Tonight, mostly clear, down to an overnight low of 38. Sunshine through the day tomorrow, reaching a high of 57. Back down to 34 and partly cloudy for tomorrow night. Partly sunny skies, maybe a chance of rain showers, a slight chance at least on Saturday and Sunday. Highs between 63 and 66. Sunny skies through the day today, though, a high of 62.
Hancock's Neighborhood Market wants to know, what are you thankful for? One lucky winner will win a $250 gift card from Hancock's Neighborhood Market, just in time for Thanksgiving. Winner announced November 20th. Head over to WPKYOnline.com and enter.
Raider Auction Company is owned and operated by Delbert Raider. Delbert has been in the agricultural field for over 40 years and is well known for his knowledge of used equipment. Raider Auction holds 4 consignment auctions a year, and they buy and sell equipment on a daily basis. If you're looking for a piece of equipment, they'll do their best to locate it, and financing is available. Contact Delbert Raider at 270-881-2610 or Amy Ezel at 270-604-2880 for all your used equipment needs. Raider Auction Company, Skyline Drive.
Local businesses have supported us in every regard. Now it's our turn to support them. Here's a way you can help.
There's never been a more important time than now to support local. When we say support local, we are referring to supporting our local business community, our local church families, our local clubs and organizations. There are many ways to show your support. Shopping locally first and foremost. sharing positive messages about your efforts to support local. And yes, simply being kind, appreciative, and understanding of business owners, community leaders, friends, and neighbors who are working night and day to help our region have the greatest comeback of all time. This is Beth Mann with the Edge Media Group asking you, please support local.
The Edge Media Group encourages you to support local. Be sure to post what you're doing to show your support. Hashtag support local.
This is the Sideline Report on 1580, 103.3 WPKY. Thanks for joining us this morning. Thanks to Caldwell County football assistant coach Aaron McClung for coming on the show. Again, the Tigers going to Murray next week for a Class 2A first-round matchup. Want to throw a shout-out to Farless Realty, one of our sponsors for Caldwell County Tiger football broadcast here on WPKY. Contact Farless Realty at 270-365-5058 or stop by 323 South Jefferson Street in Princeton. Check out all their listings on Facebook and at farlessrealty.com. Again, this is the Sideline Report here on 1580, 103.3 WPKY. Joining us now on the phone is Lyon County girls basketball head coach Jeff Doom. Jeff, first of all, welcome to the show and good morning.
Good morning, Todd. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, glad to have you on, and you guys getting ready for another basketball season there at Lyon County.
Well, yes, we are. It's kind of interesting to see how this year has started out for us, but hopefully we're going to I'm sure we'll get into all that a little later on, but it's we're looking forward to get it going. It's really strange because we started 2 weeks later and playing 2 weeks earlier this year. So our warm up time has been a little bit short, if you will. So hopefully we'll be able to catch up, get the girls ready to go by the time the season starts.
Yeah, that's the big thing. The season was going to start earlier anyway, and then you get a little bit later start, and that's just one of those COVID things, I guess, that we all have to deal with.
Yeah, and we're like no one else. I mean, we're unlike anyone else, in a way. But once we did finally get back in, we had a couple of, actually I had 4 of our players, and 2 of those are pretty much, I would think, would be starters. Were quarantined. Because they had been in contact with a student who had contracted COVID. So, that take 4 kids out, and we had a large graduating class. I just don't see the numbers in basketball, especially girls basketball, not only in Lyon County, but around the state, to be honest with you. I know I've talked to several teams this year that didn't even know if they would be able to have a JV team. We were in question of a JV team. Thank God Coach Sean caught them at the middle school. Does a good job down there, and we've got a few kids we borrowed from them, and they're getting to come in with us. We alternate practices here at Lyon County, so that's going to be good. But it was tough for those first, I guess actually the first 2 weeks that we could actually start practice. We were down 4 girls, so there would be some days we only had 7 in the gym, and when we had the middle schoolers at first, we had 9. We moved another one up from there since. So. Our goal is to try to get 10 on the court every practice, which is hard to do. We do have almost everyone back healthy now. Hadley Butler did have an accident, and one of our starting guards from last year had fallen and hit her head on a concrete step. And so she's probably going to be out for a little bit. We're not sure how long. Our prayers go with her, and just hopefully there's nothing more than right now they've diagnosed it as a concussion and a brain bleed. But, hopefully she's going to be back ready to go pretty soon. Our prayer is next Thursday. That's what the doctors are looking for, but that all goes on how well she heals up.
Well, and the regular season is approaching really quickly, and you guys don't get to play any scrimmages this year either.
That's correct. That hurts you a little bit, especially because with us, we've had a really hard time. We've changed some things. Even though we had a very positive outlook coming back, and we still do for this school season, for the basketball season, because we had everyone back from last year. But Catherine Brown has decided that she's going to concentrate just on golf, and we support her wholeheartedly for that. I'm not sure how many of you all know, but Catherine is a cousin of mine, and when she came and told me that she felt like that she wanted just to concentrate on golf, and we all know the tragic loss of Cullen, and she thought Cullen would want her to do that, and I've actually heard him say that, if she would concentrate just on golf, she would be really good. But she was a really good basketball player. It's a huge hole because she did so many good things for us. She shot the ball well, not only outside, but she was getting much better on driving and had such a great touch around the basket. And then also on the defensive end, she was a good rebounder for us. She was actually, I'm going to think, she led us in free throw shooting percentage. And then I think she was second in everything else, rebounding, assists, 3-point shooting. So that's going to be a huge hole for us to have to fill. But we feel like that we've got about 7 or 8 kids that can come in right now and hopefully help us out a little bit in that spot with scoring and defense. It's more of a platoon approach than probably what I've had to do in the last couple of years. And right now we are addressing 10 on the varsity. And those 10 we think can help us at some time or another. So hopefully we'll be competitive when the season rolls around. And I saw you yesterday at Media Day and even talked a little bit because this year is going to be a very much a work in progress. And I seem to say that every year, but with the very limited time we've had with practice and trying to put in a few new things and kind of tweak a few things that we did not do exactly well last year. It's going to be for a learning curve all year long, in my opinion.
We're talking this morning with Lyon County Lady Lion basketball coach Jeff Doom. Need to get to a break here on the show, but we'll be back with more with Coach Doom right after this here on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Kay's Kitchen.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast. Sunny skies today, reaching a high of 62 degrees. Tonight, mostly clear, down to an overnight low of 38. Sunshine through the day tomorrow, reaching a high of 57, back down to 34 and partly cloudy for tomorrow night. Partly sunny skies, maybe a chance of rain showers, a slight chance at least on Saturday and Sunday. Highs between 63 and 66. Sunny skies through the day today, though, a high of 62.
Trice Hughes wants your vehicle to last as long as possible. It's getting cooler, and that brings on the yellow light on your dash. Tire pressure. When the temperature drops, so does your tire pressure. This can cause a warning. Stop by Trice Hughes, and they'll check your tires and get rid of that stubborn light.
Trice Hughes is here for you and any questions you may have about your vehicle. Buy your next vehicle from the home team. Find them on Highway 91 North, Princeton, or at tricehughes.com.
Have you been to Big Deal Store yet? Go to WPKYOnline.com and click on Loyal Listener Big Deals. The other day, I redeemed a gift certificate on my smartphone. It was so easy. Thanks to Loyal Listener Big Deals, I found new places to eat, have fun, take the family out, and get my car fixed. With Loyal Listener Big Deals, you can save money and try new businesses. Go to WPKYOnline.com. But you better hurry. You never know how long each deal will last.
We are back on the Sideline Report here on 1580, 103.3 WPKY. Thanks to Caldwell County football assistant coach Aaron McClung for joining us earlier. Talking right now with Lyon County girls basketball head coach Jeff Doom. And Jeff, you mentioned Media Day there at Lyon County yesterday, and we got to take pictures. And I think last year Scott Brown came down for that because of the way the schedule worked out. And I think that was maybe the first time in 20 years I hadn't taken your guys' pictures.
That's what I was going to say. You've kind of been well, let me just say this. We should be giving you a Lyon County shirt because we get to see you an awful lot. We appreciate all that you do, and Scott does especially. And just, this radio broadcast is really cool that we get a chance to sit down and talk and just renew old friendships and get along. Seems like we've been in this for a long, long time.
Well, and first of all, I'm always up for a free shirt. Those are always great. and secondly, we're kind of under the impression that last year was going to be your last year, so we were glad to find out that you were coming back this year.
Well, I tricked a lot of people, to be honest with you. I have reached that golden age of 55, which in education, 55 and 27 years is at least 27 years is a good time to retire. But I wasn't extremely happy with the way our basketball season ended last year. Since I've been coaching girls basketball, I think that's only the second time maybe that we have not gone to the regional tournament. And The crazy part of that, and I didn't even realize this, but Aaron Clayton, who does our radio broadcast, he had put some stats together. And the 2 years that we did make it to the regional tournament, we won the All-A state tournament, regional. Not the state tournament, the regional All-A. So I don't know what it is. If you go to the state tournament, I guess we just fall off when we come back and take a break. So hopefully we can win that again this year. That's one of our first goals. And then obviously to get back into the regional tournament, we would love to go back as a district championship team. And our district's loaded, I think, this year, very well balanced all the way around with all 4 teams. So it ought to be interesting. But yeah, it was funny because one of the gyms I was in last year, they announced that Coach Doom coaching his last game, and I was like, "What? Am I being fired? What's going on here?" When you do something for 32 years, it's tough to walk away from it, especially the way we felt at the end of the year last year. It was really down, and as a teacher, I had to come back. When I gave up athletic director 2 years ago, they had to find me somewhere to go during those athletic periods I had. So I came back to the middle school, and I haven't done that in quite some time. And I just fell in love with my middle school kids. And that 8th grade class that was here last year really inspired me. And they were going to be freshmen this year, so I was going to get to have every one of them every day. So I was like, man, I've got to come back one more year of teaching and see what we can happen. But who knows? God may have another plan for us. I really doubt it. But it's time for me to get out and see what else is going on in the world and kind of enjoy things. We've had a very busy summer. A lot of people may not know, but at our church, I'm in our praise band. Daddy sings bass, I guess, when I'm not yelling on Friday night and I have a voice. But we enjoy that, and we even get an opportunity to go to the prison, or we used to. Right now with COVID, we're not allowed to go in, but we would go to the prison for ladies ministry twice a month, and we really enjoyed that. So looking forward to maybe getting involved in a little bit more time, effort there. And, you never want to put God second, but unfortunately I was doing that with basketball. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. I've got some plans ahead, but I don't know. We'll just follow what the Lord has for us.
This is the Sideline Report on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, Princeton, Kentucky. Thanks for joining us. Talking this morning with Jeff Doom. And Jeff, we mentioned the COVID thing a couple of times, and with basketball season starting back up again, we've almost come full circle now with that.
Exactly. Dina and I were sitting at the in Rupp Arena last year when the COVID outbreak, I guess, started in Kentucky. We can remember sitting there, and we started, it was Henderson County and Marshall County were getting ready to play, and we saw girls leaving the gym in tears, and we were like, what's going on? Where are they going? And then the rumors started to fly around Rupp that they were going to cancel the rest of the tournament because of the COVID outbreak. So it was a sad day for us. We always enjoy doing that. Ms. Doom and I have been together for 30 years. We celebrated our 30th anniversary this summer. And, I'm not sure when she said, for better or worse, she understood what she was getting into. With all the coaching and athletic duties, she has been my rock for many years. And, she has a job of her own, but she's very supportive of everything we do. So we're going to I think she's kind of looking forward to getting a break as well. But talking about the COVID in the full circle, I've kind of stayed in touch with other athletic venues. I haven't been as much involved since I'm no longer the AD, which I'm no longer the policy board president, which I had that title for a while. So I got to be involved in even the sports that we did not have here at Lyon County. But I'm concerned with what happens when there's a red county and they're not allowed to play. We've already heard rumors that there are some schools that their Board of Educations have canceled or have told them they're not going to be able to play basketball this year. And we have some of those on the schedule. I've not personally heard from any of them that it's totally canceled yet. So we're hoping that is not the case. But I know with football, I keep up with Caldwell and Crittenden an awful lot because good friends of mine work there and play there. So, just to find out that you're canceling a game and then try to reschedule, and I'm afraid it's going to be a very strange year, to say the least. But if the other sports can do it, we can too. So my heart does go out to those kids that missed their spring sports seasons last year. And I know a lot of the fall sports have really been in jeopardy this year and thrown into a loop when you're practice all week and then you find out you can't play it on a Friday night or volleyball or any of those things. But hopefully that doesn't happen to basketball. Hopefully we'll get our full schedule in, but we are also understanding that safety comes first, and our job is to make sure that everyone is safe, especially our kids.
Well, going back to August, I'm not sure that a lot of us thought we'd get to see any fall sports. So the fact that, state championships have been played in just about everything now but football, I think a lot of us are looking back and thinking, yeah, it's horrible that we didn't get everything in, but at least we got to get some games in. We got to have senior nights. We got to have homecomings. So at least there was a 2020 season of some sort.
That's right, and that's great for the kids. And I like I said, my heart went out to the spring sports students last year, but man, did they not show resilience. I was so proud of not only Lyon County students, but student athletes, but also around our state or Commonwealth. There were so many people that didn't get to play, but they didn't drop their head. They kept their heads up. They realized that this is just a stepping stone. Life goes on after athletics, and a lot of them found that out. So, again, we're hoping we get to play. I know there's some concern once we go back indoor that it could pose a much greater risk. So we'll see how that happens. We've got our mask ready to roll. But I was talking to some officials last night. They have their mask, when they have to get close. And there's not a whole lot of changes this year in the officials. But I did find out last night that the referee will no longer hand us the ball just simply because of the close contact. And the jump ball is a little bit different. We're going to have a football coin flip to see who gets that. And I didn't understand that at first. But once it was explained to me, I do understand that some of our officials, are in that zone to where they could be easily contracted, or if they did become positive, it could cause some health issues. So we don't want to get anyone sick. So we're going to do whatever we can to get to play.
Yeah, I think the jump ball thing is a close contact area, and they want to try to avoid those if at all possible. So it will be interesting though to see the game start with a coin toss.
It will. I'm a nice guy. I know people don't believe that, but to me, as a home coach, I would always offer, here, whoever's coming in, I want the guests to feel like they're wanted in our gym. So, it's kind of one of those things. I don't even know if I can do that, but it's like I'll defer to you if you'll give me the ball second half.
Yeah, I wondered why they didn't just say visiting team gets it first half and the home team takes it the second half and play ball.
Yeah, that didn't. Again, I'm sure there was a lot of thought that went into it, And I do want to say this: our school, I am so proud to be a Lyon County-an because we were one of the only schools in the state last year that got to have a graduation, an in-person graduation, and that meant a lot to those kids. They finally had some closure to a terrible situation, and our faculty, our administration is awesome. They've gone in and they've got the bleachers and chairs marked as to where you can sit once you come in, and that takes a lot of work, a lot of behind the scenes work that a lot of people don't even think about. I know I don't think about it enough. Certainly don't give praise to all the superintendents, principals, athletic directors across the state that are having to make those adjustments and keep everyone's safety in mind.
Yeah, what are some of the restrictions as far as fan attendance and those things coming up this year?
Well, the last I heard, it was 30% of your capacity. And then there was some rumor that went around a couple of weeks ago that they was going to back that off to 15% of your capacity. And to be honest with you, I have no idea what it is now. I do know that just in casual conversation with a few schools, some schools are allowing like two parents or two tickets per player to get into the gym. And then I know here at Lyon County we have the chair seats. Caldwell has the chair seats. I know Livingston has the chair seats. Creighton and all of our district have chair seat holders. And at one time, you could purchase a seat which guaranteed you an entry into the game, but it didn't guarantee you your seat simply because of the social distancing that had to take place. Doesn't matter who comes in, everyone's going to have a mask on. And again, I have not been updated again. I've not heard an update how many that's going to be or what's going to happen there. But, we're going to do what we can. If we have to play in an empty gym, the game is for the kids. And I know we as coaches and we as parents want to be there to support our kids. Our backboard club this year has purchased the Huddle program, and we have a camera set up in the gym that follows the ball, which is pretty cool. We watched a couple of practices on it. I'm looking forward that I'm not going to have to be out every night scouting. From what I understand, I can start watching some people or watching teams on the other instead of wasting gas. And although I will miss that. I know I will. But that way our fans can still watch the games. And we're hoping that's going to be the case. It's my understanding there's a board meeting, KHSAA board meeting today. I didn't see anything on the agenda that would say that there's a situation that they're going to cancel our season or postpone it. I was a little concerned when I heard football playoffs had been backed up a week that they would back up the start of basketball a week, because we do have so many athletes that play football and basketball. So, and that still may be the case. We don't know. I know there are still some schools that haven't gone back to school. So, and they haven't been able to practice. So that'll be interesting to see how all that works out. We just got to do what's best and for our kids and for the health of not only our players, but our communities.
Well, with the COVID situation, like we said, it changes it not just week to week, but day to day, and sometimes hour by hour. But some of the coaches that I talked to several weeks ago seem to think that a basketball season would probably get pushed back, maybe to the first of the year. But now what I'm hearing from different people is that schools are trying to schedule as many games as they can early in the season to try to get in as many games quickly in case there's a problem later on. So it changes quickly.
That's exactly right. And, we always kind of overloaded our December and February for us has always been really full. The week before the last week of the season, there's 4 games for us. And I don't know how that's always fallen on the schedule. But we kind of spread our games out as much as possible. We do have a lot of, we still have holes in our schedule. We didn't even get a full schedule because I think a lot of people are doing that, trying to overschedule a little bit. And then just in case they were to be dropped by a red community, they would not be able to play that game. So I'm concerned. I'm concerned about what will happen, and we'll just see what's going on there.
You guys scheduled to open the season still November 24th against Dawson Springs, and that's an old Three Rivers Conference rivalry there.
Yeah, that's old school stuff. So it'll be interesting to see. Now, I don't think they're back in school yet, so I'm not even sure if they're able to practice. I haven't talked to Amanda over there. So then after that, we head over to Ohio County on that Saturday. I don't even have my map up now, but Ohio County was in the red a couple of weeks ago, so I'm not sure if they still are, if they're able to play. It's just going to be one of those things. We're going to have to wait around and see and hurry up and wait, I guess. But to be honest with you, as a coach who's had to live through 4 quarantine students, I could use the extra 2 weeks. If we could push it back off to December, I would be okay with that. If we could make those games up, obviously. I don't want to miss any games because we want to play as much as we can. But, we're in limbo like everyone else. We're going to continue to work every day to try to make our Lady Lions and Coach Perry, the Lions, the best version that we can be. And the extra time would be good, but if not, we're a work in progress. So we'll see what happens.
What would be a successful season for the Lady Lions this year?
Well, with this group, and we talked about this before, we are so, our schools are in our 5th district are so equal. We're all very, hold on just a second. I've got a little technical difficulty.
Talking this morning with Jeff Doom from Lyon County here on the show.
Back.
Yeah, go ahead, Jeff.
I'm sorry, I'm back. All right. Successful season. With our 5th district being as close as we are, there wasn't a whole lot of graduation. We didn't graduate any starter when Catherine decided to leave. Crittenden's got everybody back. Livingston graduated 1 or 2. Trigg graduated 2. So 5th district is going to be tough, but, we felt like we were a point or 2 away in all of those games. We actually led in every district game we played last year at one point or another. And then, at the end, we just kind of gave it gave it away. So we're trying to clean that up to hopefully repeat as district championship. As a coach, that would be a great way for me to go out of my career with a district championship. But I would also love that for the kids most of all. But then, obviously, we really enjoy that trip to Richmond. That Class A is awesome. And hopefully we're going to be able to do that again. Try to get that third one, fifth one for the school. So we're excited about that. So, we're hoping to get up and we obviously always want to win above 500. I think I mentioned yesterday, we would love to have 17, 18 wins this season. You're always trying to get to that 20 mark. But realistically, I looked at our schedule and, with Hoptown Christian, Madisonville's on there. And then we've got some first region schools down there that are pretty daggone good too. So, and then Caldwell, in my opinion, is loaded. Crittenden's still good. So, you've got to look at all those teams that we're going to be playing on our schedule and be realistic. We're going to try to win them all. But also we know we're going to have to play at the top of our game every night.
All right, Jeff, good luck to you guys. Appreciate you coming on the show and spending some time with us this morning.
Todd, thanks for having me, and looking forward to getting to see you a whole lot more here in the very, very near future.
Absolutely. That's Jeff Doom, Lyon County Lady Lion basketball coach. And again, the season just not even 2 weeks away now as high school basketball getting ready to start up in the state of Kentucky. That's going to wrap us up this morning here on the Sideline Report. Again, thanks to Jeff Doom for talking to us. Also, Caldwell County football coach Aaron McClung in the studio with us this morning. Thanks to him. This is Todd Griffin. Thanks for listening to the Sideline Report here on 1580 103.3 WPKY.
You're listening to the voice of Caldwell County, 1580 103.3 WPKY Princeton, an Edge Media Group station.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President-elect Biden has been meeting with advisors on his transition team. President Trump has been meeting with his election strategy team as he fights to overturn the results. Campaign